Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. All right. Latest episode of Being Black is Ghetto. I'm your lovely host, Jay Evans. No Terrence today because he is, I don't even know what he's doing right now. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to introduce our lovely guest. As you know, this nigga right here.
The greatest ever. Young,
All right.
Great, good-looking nigga, M. Dot and none hotter.
I hate him already. And none other. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Peace. It's Marcus Stokes, 1/2 of 21 grams. What up?
Alrighty, so before we get to the shits, and I mean we are going to get to the shits, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell notification at the top so you don't miss any of our lovely drops. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Being Black is Ghetto. Now, how's your week, Dotto, before I fry you?
It was great. You can't fry me. Your Tim's is terrible. I had a really good week. Very stressful, but it was actually good. Did a lot of fishing. Allergy season for me comes now, so I'm all fucked up. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
Well, my boy in his unk bag, I see you with the fishing rod and all that. You feel me?
What about you, man? How was your week?
Not much, man. Working, chilling, calm shit. Nothing crazy.
I can tell.
Outside a little bit, just a little bit.
This nigga want to be a thought so bad.
I'm not. Certified lover boy. All right?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, Marcus, how you living?
I'm chilling. Can't complain.
Alrighty. I just seen your interview with shout out Spanx, you know?
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, another
Space.
Greenberg elite.
That's the homie. Yeah.
Elite and Greenberg can never be in the same sentence.
That's preposterous.
All right, no, for real shit. Before we even go there, where are you really from? Like, where are you from?
What you mean where I'm from?
See, that's what we got right there. Let's finish out.
What you mean where I'm from?
What nigga, where are you from? You don't even know where you're from.
I was born in the borough of Manhattan.
Who the
And
fuck
I
says
moved
that?
to Westchester in 2004.
Where in Westchester?
Mount Vernon, the towns. You know the fucking vibe.
So everybody in
man.
Mount Vernon can vouch for you like, oh yeah, that's a Mount Vernon nigga right there.
I mean, I guess whatever the criteria is to be a Mount Vernon
Anyway,
nigga.
let's go with this podcast.
I hung out in
nigga.
Hartley. I bought my bacon and cheese at Sal's Deli. I graduated from Mount Vernon High School.
You was the last picked on every basketball
and
team.
I'm in the yearbook. What you mean? I was really outside for real.
No, you
Stop
weren't.
playing with me. Rapping at that. Niggas
You
knew me.
are-
Niggas knew me for the same shit in high school that I do now. Talking shit and rapping.
But
And
you're a
niggas didn't want to
terrible
battle.
rapper.
And even
So-
back then, niggas didn't want to battle me. You know why? Because I was really like that.
Have you
Shout
heard your
out
music?
Quentin.
Have you heard your music?
I heard my music is great. It's fantastic. It's
Your
amazing.
music is fucking terrible.
I've never
So look,
I've never went anywhere and been told I'm ass. I done performed in Brooklyn. I done performed in Harlem, wherever, the Bronx. Anywhere I've gone, niggas be like, yo, that nigga nice, bro. I don't
Not
just
a
say
nigga ever
I don't
said
just
that.
say I'm nice because I feel like I'm nice. If I was
Listen.
ass, I mean, if niggas thought I was ass, then I would carry it like I'm ass. I've never rapped and somebody was like, that nigga's
I
ass.
posted your music and everybody has said you were terrible.
Because I said Greenberg is ass, and there was a bunch
Listen,
of
I don't
Green,
just know
and
Greenberg
there was a
niggas.
bunch
You
of
talk about.
Greenberg niggas flooding your shit.
It was not Greenberg niggas.
It
There's
is a
gonna
bunch
be
of
two Greenberg niggas that said
it's
that
a
you was
bunch
terrible.
of Greenberg niggas.
So how about this? Spit
And why
some
you
right-
blurt out everybody's
Spit some
name
right now.
then? I'm not spitting out nothing.
Why not? You nice, right?
I'm a podcaster now.
Oh, now you're
alright?
podcast-
I'm
Spit
a
on your own shit. I wanna hear
I'm
some
a
of your own shit.
podcaster now. You feel me? I'm a podcaster.
You don't want to spit on your old shit?
No, I just
cool.
don't remember honestly. I mean, I could, but like, I might fuck around.
You make pain music.
I do.
Yeah, girls
But I've been
breaking
through
your
real.
heart.
I've been through real shit.
You got two parents, nigga. Shut
All
up.
right, I've been through real shit.
Anyway, let's move on because you are fucking trash. I'm gonna post some of your stuff later.
No,
today,
I want to
too.
see why do you feel like Greenberg is such a strong town for whatever reason you think it is, whether it's musically, any other entertainment aspect. What the fuck makes Greenberg Greenberg?
Well, let me tell you what makes Greenberg Greenberg, because a lot of elite people come out of Greenberg. You know what I mean? A lot of people who reach a lot of goals that we thought were in dreams or couldn't be touched are being touched currently right now. Okay, we have me, of course. Let's start off with that. I have did a lot. I mean, I would love to be better places, but for goal reasons, I did exactly what I wanted to do, and I'm very happy with what I got accomplished. Source, he is a multi-platinum engineer. I think he has Grammys as well too, or Grammy nominations. Let's go with EYL alone. Let's not even go. What you want to talk about with them? Exactly. There's nobody even touching them in any fucking state. So what are you saying? Done. There you go. Greenberg.
I don't want to hate. You know,
There's no hating. This is all facts.
I don't want to hate.
Everybody in Greenberg is doing some great stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like people, and we cool. We don't be trying to boast. We don't try to act front and do all this weird shit, whatever case is. Niggas in Greenberg are just great people. Like we just, and everybody knows what it is with us. You know what I mean? So,
No one knows what it is.
No,
you
they
tell
do.
us what it is. But
no,
we don't know
they
what
do,
it
because
is.
they have to find out the hard way, and they find out like I respect y'all. We don't be like, oh nigga, fuck you afterwards. I'm like, nah, it's respect. Now we're gonna respect what you do. Let's help grow what we can do. See, where you from, which we still trying to figure out. I think you're from Australia, but where you from? everybody's a competition, still want to throw dirt down a nigga's name. You know what I'm saying? But from here, like we actually want to help people grow and get better.
Because listen, man, we come from a town where you know you got to be the best of the best. You know, we don't share the
We're
wealth.
still
and
trying to
it's
figure out
all
where you're
about
from.
being number one. All right, the towns. All right,
Sure.
Mount Vernon is the number one in the non, bro. If not, maybe Yonkers. I might give it up to Yonkers. Y'all niggas is definitely not in the running for sure.
I'm trying to figure out what came out of Mount Vernon. Which came out, I'm talking about recently. I'm not talking about throughout the
Nothing
years.
recently.
Yeah, let's talk about the recents.
Nothing recent.
Yeah,
Nothing
the
recent.
only top dog in Mount Vernon that came out of there, was Puff. Well, he don't even kind of claim y'all, which is kind of stupid. I hate that he doesn't do that. And Denzel, which is still elite. That's still a monster. But like, who else was out there? Like, who has like a longevity of things where it's like, oh damn, that nigga is that nigga.
I don't care enough to know.
See, that's your problem. You not from Mount Vernon.
I don't care enough to
You
know.
can move on now.
Anyway, do you have any things to add on to You're from Greenberg?
Correct.
I hate that for you.
I love it for me.
Do you have anything to add to your lovely town?
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place. It was a real unique growing up experience. I think there's a lot of different neighborhoods where you either have so much poverty and so much criminality that you either have to get with it or you square. I think growing up for me, it was like you have that option, you have that choice, and it's also like it's a bully-free town. Like we're a town that exports violence. We don't. There wasn't like a bully type of situation, at least for me, growing up. So I didn't. You didn't have to be tough, but if you on that type of time, you could do that. But you also get to just like be a child if you want to. You get the option to just be like a certain semblance of innocence. Niggas ride for each other. There's a certain loyalty that I don't see in other towns that Greenberg has. So just for me growing up, it allowed me to experience a lot of things, see a lot of things, a lot of different types of personalities, but also maintain my individuality. That's not even talking about the people that have come from out of there. He talked about EYL. We always got to bring up Atlantic Star.
How the fuck I forget Atlantic Star?
We always got to bring up Atlantic Star. Even like on the level of just like the D1 athletes that we've produced, and it's not necessarily about a thing of how mainstay. Like I'm not trying to compete with the legacy that Mount Vernon and Yonkers had. I'm saying we contribute to the 914 overall, especially when you consider how small of a town it is compared to everything else. My man Lamar was just posted his financial literacy site in Copiify in USA Times. That was this morning. So there's a lot of things that come out of Greenberg from such a small town. The ratio of quality that we output, I think, is sensational. And that's not even talking about what me and Jamal are doing as far as poets in the New York City slam community and the legacy we've established for ourselves. Jamal started the Modern Poet at NYC, making high definition visuals. We just did our first workshop, donated 50 books to kids in the Bronx. Like the ratio for how small of a town it is versus how much quality people from different walks of life, whether it be entertainment, sports.
I gotta add something to what you said, and this is very important. And I don't know why it just dawned on me just now where I could have been using for like the last 10 years because of niggas like him. We really mind our business. We don't compete with nobody. Like we really just focus and do what we want, and then we don't like, oh, we're gonna be better. No, nigga, we don't care. We just want stuff for like us. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all
Mike B too. Mike B. We gotta talk about.
That's what I'm
Mike
saying.
B.
Like he
legendary
don't
fashion
know nothing.
designer.
He's
Like
never
that's
been
crazy.
outside. That's what I'm saying. He don't know
I'll
nobody.
be outside, it's just not the Greenberg.
My nigga, I don't
Nobody
think you've been in
drives
Mount-
up the
no
Bronx
one in
River
Mount
Parkway
Vernon
and says
knows
let me
you.
stop in
All right,
Greenberg.
you're right. Let's just keep going. We're gonna figure this out. I'm gonna ask some elite
Ask her-
Mount Vernon niggas.
ask
I'm
her-
asking. I
ask
know
her-
the real elite Mount Vernon niggas. I'm
Who's
asking
the
them,
most elite? You're gonna sit there and go call T-Mac or something?
Why
the
not? He's
fuck?
actually in the elite. What are you talking
Yeah,
about? I
the
can
fuck?
call T-Mac. Which one? Oh, now you got something with T-Mac now?
No, I don't. I just don't care. I know the niggas that niggas like to verify, and I'm not listening
So
to any
T-Mac is
nigga.
not a verified nigga?
I don't know, and I don't care. But
You don't know
I wish that would be the pinnacle of this is the person I have to ask to know if this nigga
I wasn't even
official
thinking about
outside,
T-Mac, but
know?
you saying like T-Mac, you know what? That's how I know right there. I don't want to fight with you no more. You got it. Let's move on. Go ahead.
I just be me, man. I just live my life, you know.
It's horrible.
Shout out him though. I seen him the other day.
Nah, don't
too,
shout out
right?
him.
Yeah, shout out
You're a
him.
hater. Nigga hate that whole camp. I don't know what it is with this
Whole
nigga.
camp is crazy. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. So before we get into the other shits, all right, I had this topic for a while. We've been supposed to talk about this. Now that we have artists in the building, I think it's a big topic to go hit. So I'm gonna bring it up now. Do numbers mean anything in hip hop? And I bring this up because it's been a while since we potted, right? The Clips album came out, and there was a big talk about that album that they weren't gonna sell as much as they thought they were. What? That pipe is going crazy. Anyway, there was a large talk. That was super crazy.
Jesus
super
Christmas.
crazy.
Oh my god.
But there was a large talk. There was a large talk of that Clips album that people didn't expect them to sell as much as they did. But they ended up actually doing better than most people thought. So there was an argument online saying, why do consumers get so invested into how much an artist sells? So before I get into my takes, I will spread the floor.
Sure. Me personally, I don't think numbers do matter. I mean, it's all about what you're gonna do after the first week. You know what I mean? Whether it's merch sales, your tours, and what money you bring in. You know what I mean? Because at that point, like, oh, your numbers didn't sell. First of all, they're just, streams that you're gonna count up, which don't even equate to what you should be making. So that's why I feel like the numbers don't sell. You got to get 1 billion streams to make like some low amount of money. Like, it's not like you're getting $1 a stream. Now that would make sense. But if you're making 1 billion streams, it only equates to something like, I don't know, some low number, like $47,000, some bullshit like that. I don't think any artist cares about that. I think people want to care about their fan base and what they could do on the money that they can control, which is like the merch, which is like the touring, and those two. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's all gonna come down to the stream. I don't think there's any money in selling streams anyway for any artist that, especially coming up or even mid tier. You got to be a Beyonce or Drake person to have any kind of money to come in from that. So yeah, that's just me. I don't think the numbers really care about the first week sales and stuff like that. It did matter when physical copies were a thing, but
That's a fact.
streaming, then it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't that much of a topic until it was talked about, but I feel like 50 really made it like a thing where people and the consumers were paying attention to people's sales and bringing that up in arguments. It matters. I think it matters on a scale of where it matters. I think on an
Through
artistic,
conversation and content, but it don't really matter. Like,
from a business standpoint, it matters when you arguing that. But then we talk about everybody buying the streams and everything like that. So all of that shit is out of whack and everything. But that's a business conversation. And if you're having a business conversation, sure, it definitely matters. If you're talking like an artistic integrity, I don't think it should come into factor at all whatsoever, because I mean, some of the best artists are underground rappers. So,
oh yeah, absolutely. Like Jay Evans.
I'm a podcaster now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't think in the conversation of what makes an artist better, you can use it as a small point, but it's a very small fraction of a point when you're debating the quality of an artist versus another artist.
And that's another thing I want to add too, though, because like it's what you said, right, in a business conversation. But my thing is, when you talk about numbers, well, especially the way you can inflate numbers nowadays, like obviously, say when DJ Khaled was dropping his album, and he way
So
back
trash
when
to me. I don't know.
he is, but remember he did the bundles, like whatever he'll partner up with whatever company, and he'll do like bundles and packages and whatever that shit is to sell more copies. So I'm like, when you have these arguments about people selling more, I'm like, how much weight does that really hold if you had to, I don't know, bundle a backpack or some type of partnership with a company to sell an album? You're not just selling your album by yourself. Or Magna Carta dropped, how he did how he went platinum before it came out because he did the collab with Samsung. Like,
yep.
That shit don't really count for real. If at least to me, if you gotta bundle something in to get those sales.
But no, you got to count that, because, like I said, streaming, there's no money in it. So you got to be creative to find money in the streaming. So you got to do bundle packs like that. You got to do what Jay-Z did, because if he would have did it without them, he wouldn't have seen the fraction of what he was supposed to see. Okay, so he went platinum before, and he sold 1 million copies beforehand because he said, you know what, I know my music's going to do well, but I want to make sure it clears. Let me give you something else. It's an incentive. And you know what I'm saying? That's like you going anywhere. Hey, you buy a pair of shoes and you get some free socks and some cleaner. You're going to buy that because it's an incentive that you're going to get.
But that's why I'm like, that's why it makes it weird, because say like, obviously you drop an album, I drop an album, but you put a fucking a bundle to whatever you're selling. So I'm like, it's not like we really went head up together. Like, nah, we just went album for album. You put some shit attached to your album to sell more, so it gave you more of an incentive. So that's why I just feel like, in the terms of an argument to say like I'm a better artist because I sell more than you, I'm like,
No,
is it really?
I'm going with a better deal.
That's what I'm saying. Is it, yeah? Because like, is it just a deal thing, or are you gonna attribute it now to, like he said, the art? Because I'm like, I don't think your album as an artistic album is better than mine because you sold more than me. It doesn't make any
That's what I'm
fucking
trying
sense.
to say too. Like you can say that, and I can say, oh, here's Jay Evans' album, which I know is trash, and here's Dotter's album, I know is fire. But it's like, damn, but he's actually giving out T-shirts and a bumper sticker. I mean, I'm getting more for a bang of my buck. I'm going to go with this before this. It's just business. Like, it's just a good marketing scheme, and it's a bundle pack. Like, you're just getting more. And plus, I can control the socks. I can control the bumper sticker and stuff like that, because has nothing to do with the labels or streaming. That's my personal money that I'm making extra for, that I got sponsored to do it, and that's money in my pocket.
I will say this as well. Like, I don't know. I think any fan of hip hop that you literally would be like, I'm not gonna listen to an album because it didn't sell, is fucking weird. It's fucking weird. Because at that point too, how do you even justify listening to underground artists? Because obviously as an underground artist, you either obviously don't sell a lot, or you probably don't sell at all.
But
good
that,
music
though.
should be good music. You should listen to good music because the music is good.
This is something good for you as well too. If that is the case, now you just weaned out all the fake people who thought they were supporters from the real supporters. So if whatever numbers that you got that week, and saying if you are a big art, whatever, a good artist, and you only did 5,000 copies, don't be mad. You have 5,000 people that you can entertain that can help other grow from there. You feel what I'm saying? Other than saying like, oh look, I got 1 million views on one thing, but I only sold 10,000 copies. My nigga, focus on those 10,000 people that bought your shit. Those are the people that you need to be entertaining. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I would want that. Oh, the first week sales was low. Thank God. Now I know who really fucks with me. I'm gonna cater to him. What do you think about?
I lost your point.
No, the point I'm trying to say is that when people get upset, say, "Oh, I'm not gonna listen to the album because it did weak sales," you wasn't a supporter in the first place.
Yeah, that's
I don't
not,
need you in
that's
my
not
life.
a fan that you could.
But
build
those
with, yeah.
3,500 people who bought my album, I'm not gonna talk about the people like who's gonna be like, oh, some shit like, oh, listen, I didn't want to listen to your shit because it was low sales. I'm gonna talk to the people who was buying the shit.
Yeah,
those are the
that's
people I
not
want
the
to
type
entertain.
of consumer that you want to waste.
I don't
your
want
time
those
with.
considered exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I think when it comes to just consumers, I'll say this, right? One time I went out with Nina. We went to go see West Side Gun or whatever, right? So we went to go talk to him or whatever. And Wes is like, bro, I make more money than a lot of these mainstream rappers you niggas talk
Facts.
about. And I asked him, I was like, how do you do such things? And he was telling me, he was like, bro, at the time, this is when he was dropping all the vinyls, all his merch, obviously, and he was still independent. It was before the Shady deal. This is literally the year they dropped, when Benny dropped Tana Talk 3. They was all on tour. And he was telling us, he was like, bro, he was like, there's the reason why you see me driving the cars I drive. He was like, none of my cars is leased. He's like, all these shits is bought. And if anyone knows West Side Gun, that nigga lives a very luxurious life, bro. That nigga everything that nigga rap about, he's dead ass. Dead ass, bro. And he bought me the best halal food I ever had in my life. Neither here nor there. But he was saying that like, basically, yeah, the way he structures his business, he be caking off of that shit, bro. And I seen the same thing Roman Streets was talking about as well. He's like, yo, bro, a lot of these underground niggas is eating, bro. Eating, bro.
That's a fact. And you know why they eating? Because they cater to the people.
Direct to consumer.
Exactly.
Direct to consumer, bro. So
I'm
long story short,
I'm going to go to the regions that I know for a fact is going to be there to see me perform, and I'm going to make my money from there. Why am I going to be on the internet trying to sell an album? Fuck you.
and on top of that too, like you said, bringing up the topic for streaming. Now that we actually know there's literal like streaming farms in terms of all these albums and shit. Once again, how can you put any credence or fucking just any type of validity to streaming when you know numbers are being inflated? Yeah, numbers lie too. Numbers lie.
I'm gonna help you out too. Let me help you out. And this is why I don't like. I found this out through Raps and Receipts. You know what I mean? Because we thought that numbers was real. When you see people with like 100,000 followers and then you book them and all they can do is bring 10 people. You feel what I'm saying? Like I would think that you would bring a good 100 or 50 or 200 people minimum. And that's when I figured out that numbers aren't real. You guys are inflating. And even if you aren't inflating, there's people who just don't support you. They just follow you because they saw something funny one day and they forgot to unfollow you.
Literally. That was another thing that Rome Street said in that interview. He said, he was talking about the trash rappers, right? Because we always talk about how there's so much trash rappers in hip hop. But the point is, a lot of trash rappers do really good business.
You got good business?
Relax, all right? A lot of trash rappers do really good business. Like Lil Yachty was one of them. When Lil Yachty first came out, he did the whole Nautica theme, and he was making some bread his first year. Granted, Lil Yachty is a terrible fucking rapper. Absolutely terrible. I argue with my man's about it all the time because for some weird reason, he loves arguing my DM saying he's good. I don't know how y'all niggas feel about that nigga. I think he's
No,
absolutely terrible.
he came in at the
Dog
right
shit.
time where music was just terrible. And he came in like the Little B era and stuff like that. Like that era was big for trash rappers. You know what I mean? So he came in around it and he stole it.
But you know what's nasty about hip hop? His class in Double XL is actually the most successful Double XL class. His cipher in particular is the most successful Double XL class. It was him. It was Lil Uzi. Who else was it? Like Lil Dicky, Designer. And I think like 21. A bunch of random mumble jumble ass shit. And they're the most successful, commercially successful class out of Double XL. That says a lot about our culture, bro. It says a fucking lot.
How are they gauging that? How are you like?
Via there's how much they sell. They sell. They have sold the most out of a freshman class, bro. Probably only, and you even got to put all of them because they had Davies, G Herbo, and them. You know the good niggas. But for the most part, that particular cipher, it was Yachty, 21, Lil Uzi, Denzel Curry, and I think one other nigga in there. Oh yeah, Kodak. Kodak was in there, bro.
That's interesting. I'd have to see that report and see those.
Yeah,
numbers,
bro. Go Google it, bro. It's disgusting.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
It's
I'm not saying you're
disgusting.
wrong. I think Yachty's good now, by the way, though. I don't.
No,
I don't.
he's still terrible.
I don't.
Especially
I
at
don't
that
feel
last
that
shit
way.
I heard, I just can't fuck with him.
I can't listen to the whole like you're purposely rapping like off beat kind of situation.
Now,
I don't know if my
do it-
ears is just not like, yeah, I'm just not accustomed to hearing it, but like that little off beat
No, you
rhyme
can
pattern, I
actually
can't do.
do that because you know who does that really well? Breeze Montana. He raps so unorthodox. It's offbeat and it's on beat at the same exact time, and I love that kind of music. You know, you got to be a special type of rapper for that type of shit.
I think you do. Like Earl's doing it now, but even then, I don't like Earl Sweatshirt's new music.
He just sounds too. Ugh.
He sounds
And I
like
was an
he's
Earl
all, yeah,
fucking
like
supporter.
I think the only artist I can listen to right now that purposely raps off beat is Rock Marciano, and he's not even like off beat. It's just a different like pocket that Rock Marcy be in, bro. But he's tough, bro.
Yeah,
He's
I mean, everybody got different tastes. I'm a big Earl fan. I'm a big Rock Marcy fan. I don't necessarily consider Rock Marcy somebody going off beat. I think he just has a unique pocket.
Yeah.
Earl definitely be going off beat, but there's a certain substance in what he's saying, and it's intentional. Everything he's doing is intentional with his sound, but it is something that you have to listen to. It's an acquired taste. You got to listen to it over and over, and everybody don't like that. To me, that means there's replay value in it.
Right.
But I can understand how it's not an easy listen. So I can understand
not an
how
easy
it's
listen.
not, but I love the way Earl's developed as an artist. But I like a lot of, it's a lot of unique stuff out there. So it's different. So I get everything's not for everybody. There's a lot of things that you have to have a certain type of ear to appreciate. But I think if you listen to it, if you give it a chance, like if you like an artist enough to be like, I fuck with them enough that I'm gonna listen to this a couple times and try and fuck with it, you'll find yourself growing an appreciation for it that you might not expect.
Right.
So have you ever, in terms of like artists evolving, do you ever feel like you've kind of been mad at their evolution in a sense? Like you end up falling off from not liking that artist over time, or like you grow with artists no matter what?
Nah, not no matter what. There's definitely artists that have maybe they haven't grown, right? I think it's some artists, they change, they shift, they evolve, but some artists they lose substance, and for whatever reasons, it could be whether they get so much money that they don't care. Maybe they start getting ghostwriters and just,
Or they may be
get
getting
lazy
too much
and
money
things
still
like
trying
that.
to talk about what they was doing from before. Like,
Or
where's
that
the
too.
evolution of that?
Yeah. So that
I mean, except for
definitely
Push T.
happens.
I don't want him to ever change.
Facts.
Keep talking that
But
coke shit.
yeah, there's definitely artists that I was a fan of, and as time went on, I'm just like, damn, they lost it, and some people get, drugs, they get exposed to a lot of different vices that they didn't have before, and over time, there's a lot of that. But sometimes I'll see artists that I'm a fan of, and people be like, oh, I don't fuck with them no more, and I'm like, nah, they actually got better. But like I said, music is subjective.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a few artists, like I said, Earl's one of them. I ain't gonna lie, like, I used to be one of those people that get mad listening to certain artists over time. I'm like, yo, bro, why the fuck you sound like this now, right? Like, when I first started listening to you, you didn't sound like this. Vince Staples is another one, low key. Like, listening to the
You
first
don't
Vince
like
Staples.
Vince no more?
It depends. Because I'm
That's
not
why I don't get this.
No, no,
nigga.
no,
That's why I know
I'm-
this nigga's not a real, like.
Because here's the thing with Vince. Vince will literally tell you that every album for him is a different like situation, right? Like he doesn't make albums that he's not like a Rick Ross in a sense. Like every Rick Ross album is kind of gonna sound the same. He's not gonna steer too far. Same thing with like.
For people trying to be creative.
But that be the problem sometimes, and you should know because you work with artists. Sometimes artists be too fucking creative for their own good, and low key it can be to the detriment of that artist.
Not if you work with me.
Anyway, but yeah, I feel like with Vince Staples, the Ramona Park broke my heart. I really like that album, right? But prior to that, I forgot the Big Fish Theory. Absolutely hated that album. So like him, I always give a listen because yeah, with him it's like a hit or miss depending on where whatever pocket he want to be in for that fucking particular album. But there's a lot of artists that I listen to and I'd be like, yeah, you definitely fell off. Dave East is another one. I ain't gonna lie. I used to love Dave East early.
I just feel like he's just a rapper. He should be rapping.
Yeah, nah. Dave East was one of those ones for me. And then I don't know. I felt like that nigga got money and just forgot to rap.
Okay.
I'll be honest. He got money and forgot how to rap. Anyway, I want to ask this as well. I see you say it on Spink's pod. Who is the best member of the Locks?
Jada. Well, that's the thing. Hold on. You go ahead, because this is a little bit personal for me.
I don't get into like best member because it's all of them connected. But I have my favorite. My favorite is Styles P.
Right. My favorite is Styles P.
Good man right there. Good man right there.
My favorite rapper in the Locks is Styles P. But if it had to go commercial, it will be Jadakiss. And yeah, Jadakiss is top 5 dead alive. Let's not get that fucked up. But somebody who you talking what I like to hear, Styles P. He's actually in my top 5 of all time rappers.
Yeah, so, Styles is real influential to me. But I love all of them niggas.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is too? Because I was listening to Styles P like mad late. Like obviously I listened to Styles P growing up, but I don't think I've ever fully dived into his discography until like I got older. So yeah, growing up, I felt like I just you joined the bandwagon. Oh, Jadakiss is the best member of the Locks. I feel like
you didn't get to enjoy Ghost in the Shell.
That's all I'm about to mention.
Oh my
I feel like, yo, bro, once you turn on that Ghost in the Shell,
that is the greatest mixtape ever made.
Bro, word two, bro. I'm like,
made.
I feel like when you have these arguments with certain people, I'm like, did you listen to that? And they be like, no. Okay, so
then don't talk to me.
Listen to that and then come back here, bro.
Yeah, that was the greatest mixtape maybe ever.
Same thing. In terms of Hove, I just had a discussion with my man the other day because we were talking about Hove's top 5 albums, right? Now, normally, obviously, for a top 5 for Hove, you got the top 3, which is Black Album, Blueprint, and Reasonable Doubt. Mm-hmm. But then that little 4 or 5 spot get a little shaky. Every time I be seeing whether it's like Complex lists or whatever publicists want to make lists, they never have In My Lifetime in there, bro. And I feel like that's really crazy. A top album. I think that's a top 5 Hove album.
It is.
It is, bro.
It is.
And they normally put Volume 2 in there, and I think it's obviously because of Hard Knock Life.
Yeah, but In My Life was.
Volume 1 is the best volume from Hove discography.
Yeah, I gotta say that,
bro. Literally, bro.
Say that. Yeah, you're right.
Lucky Me, Where I'm From.
Nigga,
Come on now, Imaginary Players.
Like right
Come
there,
on,
just
bro.
shits on everything.
Even my man tried to tell me that Hove is not lyrical. I said, what you mean Hove is not lyrical?
That's when you gotta stop talking to people like that.
I said, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it depends. Because if you a nigga that started listening to Hove maybe after Kingdom Come, all right, I might give you that argument. And he's older than me.
Kingdom Come was fucking trash.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. If you listen to that nigga after that, I could kind of give you that argument. But there's no way in hell you listen to Reasonable Doubt, the first 3 volumes, and like I said, Blueprint or some shit, and be like, and say in the same breath, Hove is not a lyrical rapper.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
It's blasphemy, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking blasphemy, bro. But I definitely want to say, I think Styles P is the best member of the Locks.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely the best. And he has the best discography out of them. Because I said it before, I'll say it again, Jadakiss does not have a classic album. I don't care what nobody says.
Kiss the Game Goodbye was a fucking classic. What are you talking about?
No, it is not. Go back. I promise you, go back and listen to that album. That shit low-key be aging like that.
I ain't come here to debate nobody.
Nah. This nigga's nuts, bro. I'm telling you. He's a weirdo, bro. I love this nigga to death. Look, I hope we get a shot of his Timbs. He got the tongue inside. I can't trust a nigga with a tongue inside of his Timbs. I can't do it.
This guy is fucking nuts. Anyway. All right, so, artists. Give me a brief summary as to why we should care about your music.
It's really fucking good. If that's how brief you trying to get, it's really good.
Give a monologue as to who you are and why people should tune into your music.
He's one of the greatest rappers in New York history. I don't give a fuck what he says or anybody else says. I will put him against anyone. And then if he happens to lose, it will be one of those shits like, yo, I got to respect this nigga. I don't give a fuck. But I don't think he would ever lose. He has the discography to back himself up, the performance level to back himself up, the videos to back himself up. And I don't think anyone can touch him lyrically because this nigga reads books. A lot of y'all niggas don't read books. A lot of y'all niggas don't read books. He reads books. His vocabulary is very much high power. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm over here talking.
Nah,
I'm his PR rep.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm a writer's writer, so I've always been respected by other writers because they know exactly how difficult it is to do what I'm doing. I have a really pure love for hip hop and music in general. I feel like my relationship with music, not even I feel like my relationship with music is very spiritual. Music
cares,
is my
man.
religion.
This nigga cares.
And I channel, I'm a vessel. So, the difference between me and somebody that's sitting there trying to think of something to say and writing, I'm really tapped in and letting things come to me. And I think it's a responsibility that I have as an artist. So I don't really play about my career, my writing. I know my discography doesn't measure up against like the legacies. I'm still in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the mix. I'm still growing and developing as an artist. I think you could see throughout the early 21 grams when you're seeing like you're talking rhymes that me and Manop was writing when we were teenagers that we recorded and you could see like really strong ideas, really strong lyrical output. There's some verses that I go back to it. When I listen, I'm like, oh, like, yeah, like, because I'll be hard on myself. I'm my harshest critic, and I forget, and I'll go back and listen after a couple years, and I'll be like, oh, wow. Like, if I'm listening to this as, like, some kid that I didn't know, I'll be like, that motherfucker's crazy. He got a real bright future. So I think where I'm going right now as an artist, especially in this day and age where we're not looking at, like, age. Like, I'm in my 30s. So we're not looking at age like, oh, you too old, you washed up the clips. They, you know what I'm saying, 50-year-olds having an album of the year.
Skipping out, coming back and sounding better than 90% of the industry.
Yeah, and what we seen Nas do with his run with the hip hop. It's just like the age factor. Hip hop's a young man's game in perspective because it's a young genre.
Well,
But
the thing?
we're just getting to that point. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
That's
I think
over.
Hov really opened the gate for everyone to expose the age
Hov,
and still be
Nas,
comfortable rapping.
yeah,
Nas, yes.
put everybody of that era and that ilk where it's just like that's not a thing anymore. So now I feel rejuvenated and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just getting into my best shit where it's like undeniable. But my discography is really strong. The 21 Grams music discography is really strong. Lyricism, metaphors, multi-syllable flows, content based off of my experience and the things that I care about that matter to me. All of that factors into why I think somebody should listen to my art, and that's not even touching on the poetry.
I don't even like poetry.
I'm a poetry guy.
I can tell you.
I like spoken word
Tim's
shit.
tell it all.
Don't do
guy's
that.
a
Don't do
hater.
that. Don't do that.
From Greenberg. You have Tron glasses on.
I love these glasses. I can't see you. You can't see me. You keep it going, just like Lloyd Banks said.
Anyway, I want to expand on what he said. Yeah, I seen your mutuals, Poetic Boy D in there, Rome and shit. I seen them perform in person and shit. I fuck with the poets, man. Spoken word community, yes. I fuck with them, bro. I'll be
That's
outside.
my boy, yeah.
I'll be outside, man. Them niggas be bodying shit. You feel me? Did you start rapping first or you started in poetry first?
I started rapping first.
So it made you jump into poetry.
I was with my boy Jamal, and we was just rent the last night of the New Eurekan at its old venue that's under reconstruction at the moment. My aunt came in town and was like, y'all should just come and check it out, and we went there and we was like, yo, when they start back up, because now they're at the Bowery in the city, and we was like, when they start back up, let's just start going there. Let's just start fucking with it. Me and Jamal was already kicking it, hitting the city, hitting different spots or whatever. We was just like, yeah, that'd be fly. So we went. I wasn't even sure if I was going to get up there and do anything. But we went there, we seen the Bowery, and then that was our first time being exposed to slam poetry, where it's being judged and there's a competition aspect to it.
I do have a question after you're done.
Yeah. So that, that to me, I was surprised by that. I didn't know it was like that. I was like, fuck it, I'll get up there and do that. I'll try it out, because I was at a point where I was almost done with the album, and I felt like any type of stage presence would be healthy for me. And then the stage presence of being on stage without any music accompanying you, I was just like, that could be really strong in my development. I think I could really use that, especially I'm not used to being a solo artist. So not having Manop, for the first like maybe 6-7 years of our career, I never got on stage first. You know, I'm an introvert. I'm a reclusive person. Manop's the extrovert. Manop's the, you know what I'm saying? He get up, he don't care, you know, so I was able to learn on the fly over the years with that. So I was like, I'm a solo artist at this point. I'm still in the duo, but I'm still like the solo. I gotta experience this. So I got up there and I did a song off the album a cappella, and I got into the second round. I was like, yeah, I figured, you know, I figured that, you know, my music has a poetic license that it would be able to translate well. But in the second round, I did a poem, an actual poem that I wrote, and that got more reaction than the verse. And I did in the first round. People going crazy and shit like that. I like, okay, bet. You know, y'all like that. I could do some more of this, you know. And then it just turned into a thing, and I fell in love with it. Then I started winning competitions, then started getting features and booking features and everything like that. And then I making money with my art. That was like, that meant the world to me. So for that alone, I always have like a place in my heart for poetry, because that was the first time outside of like winning competition. We had to win those competitions, me and Manop, to make money back in the day. So to just get money off of the merit of your art, that was like, you know, that made me, yeah, that meant a lot to me with poetry.
Somebody who let you appreciate you.
Yeah. So and it's been spiraling, and it's still spiraling. I just got published in the Poetry Society New York Milk Press and for the spring edition. My first time getting published as an artist. Yeah, so you know, poetry been real good to me. So
I fuck with the poetry community. Like I said, I feel like it separates the boys from the men when you talk about lyricism. I feel like I don't even know if like poets want to be considered in the hip hop space or whatever, but like if you really want real lyricism between them and battle rap, that's the purest form of like, if you are a bar like a wordsmith or a bar heavy person, those are the two purest forms that you're gonna get it at.
It's just that I can't get with poetry, especially the slam. Because like them niggas is never happy. From what I've heard, I never heard a happy
ain't
slam.
Seen nothing to be saying that.
Again?
You ain't seen nothing to be saying that.
What you mean?
What slam have you gone to? What slam have you seen?
I'm gonna get there, brother. I know you're part of the new community.
This is his bag anyway. He doesn't like. This is what I'm saying. This is why we have our disconnect. Because this goes back down to my artist shit. He be like, "Yo, everything is so sad and pain." This nigga likes uppity, good Kmart music. Like, this is the type of shit. Bro, word of my dad, as far as I've known him, that's what he pushes, bro. That's that way he pushes.
He says shit like that. He don't know I like them niggas who be talking that shit.
No, you don't. I swear to God, you don't.
Like I said,
besides him, and he's from Greenberg, so he don't even count.
Anyway,
you know, it's like a big Wu-Tang head. Like,
you feel what I'm saying?
Like,
I am a Wu head.
Like all of them niggas, like all 9 of them. Like.
Bro, he pick and choose when he want to fuck with the.
He don't know who I am. Bro. He don't know that Prodigy's like, you know what I'm saying? He don't even know. He just thinks Capella Grade. That's where he stops and goes. So anyway, me personally with the poetry, I just never heard, because mind you, I've dated women who actually do poetry, did poetry, and started it. I've done it. I've seen it, and I'm just like, why is all y'all niggas so upset? I don't get it, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? After that point, I'm just like, all right, I'm good. Like,
because life is hard, nigga. Why do you get mad at people expressing how hard life be via their art? Life is hard, nigga. Shit ain't easy outside, bro. I'm not about to write a 16 about shit that I don't have when, nigga, these lights about to cut off, nigga. I'm rapping about that.
So what should you do if these lights are gonna cut off?
Nigga, get outside and get some money, but in the
meantime,
I'm writing about it too.
Nigga, go get your motherfucking money and go get a job, man. That nigga so unhappy all goddamn time. No offense, I love you poetry brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I'm the same.
The funny thing is though, like I didn't have your perspective with it, because I watched Def Jam poetry growing up, and then obviously I got a huge amount of respect for Gil Scott-Heron and his music, and then and the Lost Poets and their music, but I didn't really have like a extensive poetry knowledge when I got into it. So for me, when I discovered it, I was like, oh, it was mind blowing. So I can understand a little bit like his perspective, because I wasn't doing this. I wasn't outside with it. I wasn't checking for poets and reading their work and watching the slams. Like all of this is new to me. So I'm having so much fun with it, because like I'm discovering shit. And I'm discovering the modern shit, and then things that I missed out on. Like, I still got like people on my checklist, like Saul Williams. I gotta dive into his entire like discography. But these are brilliant writers that, for me, I'm as a battle rap fan, I think anybody that's a battle rap fan that doesn't know about poetry, especially slam poetry in particular, when they come across it, they gonna feel like they found a gold mine. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people coming from the battle rap community, especially if like, you looking at battle rap, you're saying, all right, I like lyricism, I like writing like that, but I'm not a street nigga. You could come into the poetry community and be able to write about whatever you want to write, but still write in that language. One of the top slam poets right now is Black Chakra. A lot of people say he's the best right now, and he's one of my personal favorites. And he calls himself the battle poet, and his style is very heavily leaned into battle rap. And if he decided he just wanted to battle rap, he could at a high level. Like, he wouldn't just be okay. He would be a top nigga.
I listen to him because I want to see him against B.
Yeah, you need to listen. I'm telling. So I say all that to say, like, I think it's an undiscovered platform that we don't know how entertaining it is. People think poetry, they think, all right, this is gonna be literary poetry. This is something that I'm gonna learn from, and and they're gonna be dipping their pen in the ink and writing in calligraphy and everything like that. It's like, nah, niggas up there talking that shit.
They spin.
Yeah,
I'm
niggas
gonna go to one of them Jones. I'm gonna see what they talking about. I feel like I'm gonna be upset.
I used to go to every single one. Shout out my son Hatris. He used to do the poetry in Harlem.
I'm cool with Hatris.
Yeah, bro. I tried to get Hatris on here. He flaked, but it's neither here nor there. I'll fuck with Hatris though, bro. Like, a lot of them be spitting down there, bro. You need to tap in for real, for real. Once again, why I feel the way I feel, nigga, because once again, I was in the same boat. I had never done no type of poetry shit in my life. I did my song Elevators. I went in there and said, fuck, I'm gonna go do it. I did it right before the pandemic. Body
no, this
nigga,
tells me
because you're a fucking hater.
No, this honestly, this makes a lot of sense. You was a poet.
That was one. I mean, I guess.
I get it. Don't give me Tupac's a poet too. I don't give a fuck about all that. It makes sense. You're a poet. That's why your music is trash. You didn't transition. You didn't transition the right way. You should have been a rapper first and then a poet.
I know. You know what the crazy part about Dotto is? I know he's like a D1 hater because, like I said, I brought it up to him when he posted it. I sold the fuck out of it. I sold the fuck out of his fucking Rapture seats. He seen me perform. Like, that's how I'm like, I don't even know how you watch this and I say with a straight face, I be ass. I be lost.
You really listen to his? Have you heard his music before?
I heard the music that you posted.
Was it good? Keep it tall. Was it good? Don't cause I'm on his podcast. He might get. He ain't gonna do shit.
Nah, it's not.
Bad.
It's not even that, because you gotta understand.
He's a decent man from the city. He's a decent
man. He's a decent.
Nah, you gotta understand, like you delivered his music to me on a plate of shit. So it was.
No, I didn't. No. That's not fair. That's not fair. No. I promoted his music.
Nah, be clear. Before I heard the music, I'm hearing him say that he's better than everybody in Greenberg.
Is he better than you?
No.
All right, that's number one. Is he better than Manop?
Of course not.
All right then.
It was blasphemous.
Is he better than
it was
BTB?
preposterous. No, but
he said he's better than he'll tell BTB to his face he's better.
I'll tell all y'all niggas I'm better. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's just rap shit though.
And at the end of the day, I understood it from that standpoint, but it wasn't a good way for me to be delivered to it, because I would have liked to have been able to listen to it and just like, yo, what do you think of this? As opposed to, this nigga thinks he's better than everybody in Greenberg. Let me tell you what's so crazy, right? I thought that was preposterous.
He said this, and I said, yo, I want to listen to this nigga on my drives to drop my son off, right? Couldn't get past the Tap and Z. I said, not today.
But here's what made this funny, right? So here's being transparent, and this is why we're gonna transition back into him. So I listened to some of the shits that you sent on the album, right? And I listened to it yesterday while I'm doing my run, and I finish it, and I'm like, I called Dotto immediately.
You sure did?
I said, yo, bro, I thought I'm about to hear, Jesus the Second Coming when it comes to hip hop, the way you over there talking about you. I'm like, bro, you're chatting. And I ain't even saying that it's trash, because it's not trash at all. I actually, the way he presented you to me, I thought I was gonna hear like some lyrical miracle ass shit. Now on your album, he didn't send me nothing else, and I don't know if you have any other music out there. 'Cause that's another thing too. It's kind of hard to find your music unless you're like under 21 grams. I don't know. Anyway, you can get into that. But yeah,
that's my first solo album.
Yeah, like so, like
you probably looking under Marcus Stokes when you should have been looking under A.G. Rockefeller. That's probably the disconnect.
Yeah, that probably was the issue. But anyway, yeah, back to the album. Like I can hear what you're talking about. The subject matter is good. You're very transparent on the album, but I feel like you wasn't trying to be on some lyrical miracle shit. So for me to hear that, I'm like, so why if I don't want to be on some lyrical miracle shit, it's the worst thing in the world to Dotto. But his own man's want to go do it. And he's like, all right, rather champion the fuck out of this. I was like, maybe it's just because I'm not from Greenberg. I don't know.
This was the reply I gave back, and this is why I hate artists sending music out. So mind you, like I said, I did not hear his album yet, so I can't agree or disagree with what you're saying right now. But One thing I do hate about artists when they send out music, they go to send out stuff that they like, other than sending out things that may work in a big crowd and may work somewhere else where, you know, it's not in their room that they wrote that make them feel whatever. Like I said, he probably sent you stuff that he thought was dope, and it is probably dope. But I'm going to send you something that I know for a fact it will work in a room of 30,000 people. Who's going to work in a room of 10,000 people, 2,000 is going to have the same reaction regardless. And he's going to show his lyrical rebounds on how he catches the words on the next syllable and how he changes his way. Like, he probably didn't want to show you that stuff because it's maybe old work. He wants to talk about the new work that's about to come out. But let me put 10 tracks of him and Manop together to send it to you. You're going to be like, that's the best rapper I've ever seen in my life.
I just know that now, like getting older, I've transitioned also though, listen, music wise, I don't really care for lyrical miracle shit. And that's why even the people I be posting, like I'm a heavy Mozzie fan. Every time I post Mozzie, he want to go slide on my DM and tell me how trash Mozzie is. Neither here nor there.
That's what Mozzie was trash? I don't remember.
Yes, you definitely told me Mozzie was trash.
Maybe I did. There's a good chance I did.
But I'm like, I like listening to shit that's more or less relatable and like, I guess, yeah, it's just more relatable now that I don't care how well you put music together. I mean, or put words together, because if it doesn't digest with me well, I just don't be caring. Like Nipsey's one of my favorite rappers, and Nipsey always say all the time, he's like, bro, being simple could be just as hard as being complex. Because people think it's so crazy to make all these entendres, when realistically, it is very hard to be very direct, to make a statement very direct and very simple that everybody could grasp it. Any takes, comments, concerns?
I didn't like Nipsey music. I'm sorry. I mean, I look at him as an activist and what he stood for and what he brought to LA and their culture, but as a musician, I didn't connect with him. That's being real. Like,
did you listen to his music though?
Of course I did. I had no choice. But I just no.
Slauson Boy 2 is really one of them ones, bro. Really one of them.
I tried. I tried.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I feel like that's what it just comes back down to taste of music, and that's why I'm like, it's just
like
what you
let
prefer.
Let me put something for me to send you. So where I put it this way, I'm gonna send you what the music that I fell in love with 21 Grams and say like, oh God, like who's gonna really fuck with these two niggas? Like who?
So having him on the platform, I actually wrote this topic specifically for you. I wanted to ask you, why do you feel like people fail to connect with conscious artists nowadays? Or do you feel like people fail to connect with conscious artists nowadays?
It depends. Even like I don't. First of all, I don't subscribe to the conscious artist thing as being like me. I don't consider myself anything other than an artist, anything other than a rapper. And I think a lot of times what people consider a conscious artist is somebody that puts conscious in front of the art. So it's like, all right, how can, you know what I'm saying? It's they primary thing is I'm going to make sure this content is about whatever. I think a lot of the things that I've gone through in my life spiritually, as far as just being a man, being a melanated man in this country, I just had a lot of questions, and that led me into different aspects of spirituality, metaphysics, different religions, and that's what I needed for my soul. And because that's what that's what I'm experiencing, that's what I'm digesting, it comes out in the music. I ain't wake up like I'm gonna make this super conscious record. I've never done that. I can only talk about my life, so I'm not making street music because I'm not in the streets like that. I didn't have no interest in that. It didn't look very fun, and so the music might have a what people would consider conscious content in it, but that's just because those are the things that I was like learning and discovering, especially like during the pandemic. Shit, I was like, I didn't know what was going on. A lot of the conspiracies all that shit was like facts, like in front of my face at the time. So a lot of things that are in the album touch on that, and then it's just like I've been to therapy. I've done a certain amount of shadow work and healing myself, and I have a lot of like trauma to unpack. So I use my art as a way to delve into that and to work things out, and even like discover things that I didn't even know that I felt about myself through writing the music. So I can understand how it could be labeled as conscious. I'm not like confused with that. It's just I don't want that, because when I'm me and Manop getting on a record and we getting into like records for the club and different everything like that, like I can do everything, and I'm going to do everything, and nobody can stop that at this point, especially in this era with the internet. Like nobody can contain me in a box. So I don't want niggas to see me doing something like, oh, nah, nigga, why you doing that? You can't do nah. I'm gonna do anything that I want creatively, and that's that. And but to answer your question again, like I think a lot of times people don't resonate with the conscious shit because niggas is not really artists. They conscious niggas first, trying to put that into the music, and that's commendable. But just because it's conscious doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's clever. Doesn't mean it's good music. I'm gonna make good music first, and if consciousness has to be sacrificed in that particular art, then yeah, you know, if I'm making a club record, you probably not gonna hear nothing about Seymour's.
And I gotta say, just to cut you off real quick, I want to say thank you for saving my life during COVID. Only my sister and him was the only people that kept me alive, eating food and keeping me hydrated. And he risks his life to make sure I was good. And I was fucked. I thought I was gonna die. I got the OG COVID. And he risked his life to make sure he brought me the fruits, waters, and all that stuff. And he was the only one, and my sister brought me the food to eat. So thank you for that.
Come on, we brothers. We brothers.
So I understand where the biasness now comes from.
I mean, it's going to be biased because Greenberg, and that's my brother, and I love him to death. I'm always going to fight for him, and he knows that. But I believe in him. So I think me believing in what he does and what he says and stuff, and seeing him grow, the bias is the last thing you need to worry about.
But to what he said, I definitely agree. I've said it all the time in this podcast in regards to like street rappers, right? I'm like, are niggas necessarily street rappers, or are they just rapping what they're actually living? If that's the life that they live and they just want to simply rap about it, why are they being put in a box as these are street rappers? I'm just rapping my life like anybody else would. If he would fucking, I don't know, he was a bartender, want to make music about that, would you sit there and, miscategorize or categorize that person? So I just feel like people just make music to what their life is. That's that. Whatever you want to put a label on that is how you want to package it, but that's how I personally feel. That's how I rap, Dotto.
It's trash, bro.
On my fucking life.
I just want to. Can we play one of his songs at the end of this episode? I just want to see how people.
I wish Manat was here. Manat wanted to be here. He had prior engagement, but
bro, man, can we FaceTime this nigga? I'm telling you, Jay, your shit is butt. But yo, man, it's okay. You believe it's good, as long as you believe in it. Who can say
nah?
No?
And even to speak to that, like that is the mentality of hip hop. So
That's
I understood it and respected it on a certain level of just like you supposed to have that mentality, like I'm the best or whatever. But there's a certain level of tact in delivering that, especially when you're talking about artists that have tenure and you didn't do any research. So you have to, you know what I'm saying? It looked like you jumping out the window, and it's just like you discrediting people's 10 years of work and accomplishments and performing out of state and you know, being like, so I gotta listen to you over what Loaded Lux said about me. I'm gonna listen to what you said about me about what Loaded Lux said, because Loaded Lux was fucking with us crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ Coco Chanel, Mike B, Sean, like, you know, all of these different people. But you saying that, it's like it make it look crazy. And then also as an artist, you don't know people's emotional intelligence, right? So we cool niggas, we just rap, like we just rapping, we chilling and everything like that. But I've seen people get into rap conversations, and somebody that don't have the emotional intelligence to just be like, this is just music. They taking it as disrespect, and any type of disrespect, they're going to react a certain type of way. So it's a dangerous thing. And I say this again, not as a threat, because we just chilling. We regular rap niggas, but you could have said that about somebody, especially from Greenberg. You could have said that about somebody, and they could have took it a completely different way. And now it's not even a rap situation anymore. So it's just, and I mean, we see this in the mainstream. That shit like that happens.
Oh, trust me, no, I've been in firsthand experiences like this. But like I said, I'm ready for everything that come with it, all the smoke.
I just feel like as if the art stands enough, strong enough, you don't gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to do all that. Anybody that was like,
people apologize to him. I seen it.
Literally, and anybody that was considered competition when we first came out, you know, Mikey an instigator, so we thinking,
instigator,
absolutely an instigator.
All right, so we thinking like, oh, it's gonna be all this competition, niggas gonna try and diss us. Anybody that he was like, yo, these niggas gonna try and come for you. When I met them, they was like, yo, y'all niggas is crazy, y'all brilliant, we fuck with y'all, da da da. So then it humbled me, cause I'm like, yo, all right, we gonna drop the album, and then we got ready to diss everybody that, you know what I'm saying, and nothing happened. We didn't have to write no disses and everything is wrong like
right
that.
there. Let me take that back. When I said to them, like, yo, these niggas, because mind you, the people that they was connecting with were barsmiths. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these wasn't no Jay Evans on the streets. Like, these are a bunch of, like, niggas who got real, like, bars. So I'm like, yo, make sure you body these, because these niggas ain't gonna come in this record thinking shit is sweet. Like, they're gonna come and try to destroy you. You know what I mean? And it's never like, yo, dissing. No, I don't really like dissing, because dissing always goes to a bad lifestyle. But I like when people battle each other to see who got a better verse on the song, because all you're doing is creating a great song.
Yeah, I agree. That's not necessarily how you depicted it though, at the time. Yeah. I'm just saying.
We're potting, okay? We're potting right now. But back in the day, how I talk, it sounds very ferocious. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is 2012 Dada too. This is
I'm calm. This is
like I said,
calm.
I just feel like moral of the story. Well, Dotto only got me turned because, like I said, I always got to come at Greenberg anytime I'm talking about Dotto. So I'm sorry to the town of Greenberg. It's just mainly him. That's one. Two.
No, hold on. We could clip the apology. I just want to make sure.
No.
He apologized.
He's apologizing.
No,
he had no choice.
I just want to make sure we got. Yeah, that's cool.
He's potting right now.
Yeah, this is definitely potting. But I still stand on my rap takes as well.
You're trash.
Stand on my rap takes.
Yo,
and
please,
the only reason,
Alex, I want you to go on his DSP, what it's called. I want to see the most fucking streams you got on one song and play that at the
but
end.
Here's why I stopped rapping as well, because I also believe rapping is a popularity contest. Like he low-key said, right? The music itself, because it's like, if somebody introduces you to music in a certain way, that can immediately skew how you could view somebody's music.
You are right. Let me tell you, that happened to me too. Go ahead.
So, but yeah, I just wanted to say that point. So that's why I'm like, that's why me personally now, when it comes to rap, I'm like, yo, because I know for a fact, if I were to go quote unquote like ghost write for somebody, I know for a fact they're not gonna be like, yeah, that shit is ass, because it came out of that person's mouth. It's just me saying it, or niggas don't fuck with me, because obviously I know what type of nigga I am. I talk a lot of shit. I do a lot of outlandish things that I'm like, all right, niggas don't want to support me on a rap tip, But
you're right. Let me tell you what happened to me. You know what happened to me? I think it was actually this nigga Sage. He said, yo, you should listen to Wiz Khalifa. And I'm like, oh, okay, who is this guy? Wiz Khalifa. You don't like him because he smokes weed. I didn't want to listen to him anymore. Don't make me try to like a nigga because he likes what I like at the time. Like, no, I want to like him because his music is hot. So ever since then, I just never listened to Wiz Khalifa. I just listened to Cushion Orange Juice like 3 months ago.
Oh, my God.
And I said, this is the greatest shit I ever heard. And I called him and I yelled at him. I said, why'd you tell me that back in the day? I missed the whole era of music.
But yeah, like I said, I also agree to what he said, right? Like, it's like certain people do validate you throughout your career and doing this. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I'm only 27, but I've been rapping since I was like 17, bro. I've never went.
10 years
I've never went. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's your opinion. That's why I'm like, I'll never let it bother me, because I'm like, I literally have went all over the fucking place since a jit, nigga. Never been be like, no, that nigga's ass. Never has been the case. Ever in my fucking life. Never. Like all over the place, bro. So like I said, teachers don't need to hear nor there. I always say, for me personally, I'm like, if you ain't been through nothing, you can't listen to my music. Honestly. I'm like, if you a nigga that listens to certain type of music, you're not going to like my music. Gangsta, bro. I make music for niggas that done been through some shit, bro.
Gotcha.
Like I said, my group chat talks about it all the time. They be like, oh, Jordan makes the pain music. I was like, yeah, because y'all niggas went to college and had level.
So categorize pain music. I thought pain music means a struggle, like not growing up.
I mean, I don't talk about a struggle. Like I said, bro,
dropping out of school because you had to make ends meet and shit like that. I thought that was pain music.
Like I said, the song.
A girl breaking your heart should not be pain music.
I was gonna say, like, for me, for example, right? If you go on my Instagram, I have my top 3 things. I guess like. Yeah, the Chaz World song. My man's died, bro. My man's died while I was in my academy trying to get my job. I had a state test the next day.
Music.
I had a state test the next day, nigga. My man's got shot. Now I had to go to work the next day. Like nothing happened, nigga. Or elevators. That is quote unquote like the woke shit. Or venting, because like, nigga, I was going through shit. I took a hiatus for a reason. That's the reason why when I make music, it's literally just through that, bro. Just through that. My son, shout out my son, Dad from 9. I have a song with him, Overthinker. I didn't write in mad long. He caught the first verse after that shit happened, bro. The first verse. So I wrote about my mans. Like, I make music for that. But like I said, if you never had no premature dead homies or nothing like that of that nature, you never been in no type of street shit. I'm not even a street nigga, but like I said, I just happen to be around certain people that did certain shit. If you never been around this, then yeah, my music is not for you. It is not for you. If you are a college, good, white collar man, do your dance, bro. This music is not for you. And that's it.
Cool.
That is it. I have one more question before we get up out of here. Do you believe wokeism is a promotion and celebration of victimhood?
Yes.
Wokeism?
Yes, or being woke, I guess, if you want to.
Because some people be so, they need to wake up. They just got to wake up. Like, I think that'd be sleep. Like some things, I think people who try to be woke turn woke into conspiracies. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to make it correlate.
It do make sense.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everything is like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's different. I love black people, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, not every white person is bad. Not every cop is bad. Not, you know what I mean? Not everybody is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Please just take it away. I'm going to go somewhere that I shouldn't be going, but go ahead, man.
No, I mean, well, we got to start with the term woke and where that stemmed from. That came out of the conscious community, the conscious community. So when they were talking about woke, they were really talking about knowing our history, tracing back to ancient times, how we behaved, how we interacted with each other, our sciences, our relationship with math, our relationship with the universe in general. It got taken by, I want to say, like it got taken by certain liberal agendas. The term got picked up, you know, that trickled down and it turned into that. And then from the liberal agendas, it got taken by right-wing agendas to mean something else. So the meaning of the word
It's been diluted.
It's been diluted so much that it don't really. So even like saying like wokeism, it depends on how you talking about it, and what you mean by that. I think anytime once it gets political, it's already not what it meant already.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. You know, I have a topic list, so I just jot down a lot of topics. I forgot where this stemmed from, but when I seen it, obviously we was on the topic of conscious artists. That's why I made sure I threw it in here because I wanted to talk about it as well. But as far as like wokeism being the promotion, I get where people is coming from it, but like I don't like how when, especially us as, like I said, black people, when we address certain things or we want to talk about certain things, we're gonna claim as the victim. Like we're not actively watching this happen to us. Like I've had so many arguments, like I said, and I love my white coworkers, but to have these kind of conversations with them is very infuriating because they'd be like, you know, systemic racism doesn't exist. My man's real life said this to me. I said, bro, what are you talking about, bro? Like I said, there's just so many examples of it. Like for example, right? We had an argument about the fire department because the fire department is statistically more white people than anybody. And there was a point where we had the city had to be sued because they were not hiring people, we weren't hiring minorities. Yes. And they won the lawsuit for that. So I'm like, that alone is just one example for, I'm like, that's one example for systemic racism, bro. I'm like I said, there was literally a point in time between the George Floyds, the Freddie Gray, the Breonna Taylor. I'm like, literally it felt like every 3 months we was watching somebody die a black person die on camera. To the point, so to even say that with a straight face and look at somebody and be like, systemic racism doesn't exist or racial injustice doesn't exist. I'm like, bro, you have the same phone I do, nigga. You have the same TikTok I do. You see these same people going viral with these same hashtags every fucking week. And you're basically telling me I have to be desensitized to it because we just see it so much and it's just like it's supposed to be part of fucking life. Like this is normal shit. This is not normal, bro.
It's crazy how people pass away from something like that. And then we're not even batting an eye. Like all we do is like, damn, and keep moving because we see it so much. It's becoming normal when it shouldn't be normal at all.
And we need to fix our vocabulary and reporting certain things. Because I hate when George Floyd situations happen and they be like, George Floyd passed away. No, that man was murdered. A lot of these things, this person was murdered. It's not just pass away, bro. Fix the vocabulary and these fucking...
And also we got to fix, this is a cliche, we also got to fix us, okay? Because we get a white person killing a black person, not as... The equivalence is nowhere near what we do to each other. I know it's cliche, we hear it all the time, but we really got to fix that. You know what I mean? Like we get the cop, oh, he killed a black person. That happens like once or twice, maybe every year or two, compared to you niggas shooting each other every weekend.
You niggas.
This is disgusting. Am I talking right? Like,
you know what I'm saying? You're definitely right.
We got to change us first too. That's what I'm saying. That's why I put that out there.
Listen, man, I have nothing else to say. I just want to put that out there and make sure that topic is there because, like I said, between people trying to put a bad connotation on being woke, no, continue to be aware of everything that goes around. Be aware and be alert because our government be wilding, the orange man up there be wilding, and it's just best to be on your P's and Q's at all time, man. Stay woke. Anything else that anybody has to add?
We also got to understand that, you know, even though we still got to watch our P's, like you said, P's and Q's with the orange man, but understand some things that he's done that I got to agree with, like, you know, putting those cops and troops on the streets of D.C., like, a lot of things has stopped. It looks terrible because, like, oh, y'all y'all trying to raid our neighborhood because it needs to be raided because of the things y'all keep doing. Now the crime has went down tremendously. Did it not? Did the crime go down tremendously or not?
I don't know in that particular neighborhood, but there is statistics. I was actually watching a video on it. Statistics prove that you flooding neighborhoods with more police presence actually doesn't bring crime down. Facts. Actually had it on our topic list too, because I don't know if y'all are familiar with the mayor from Baltimore, that he basically brought crime down to like 62% in his first term, because all he did was he extended recreation hours. He added more after school programs.
Yeah, but you got a lot of people.
He
trying
just
to defund
basically
these programs.
he just basically had kids occupied.
Occupied. That's
Have
it, yeah.
kids occupied. It's such an easy thing to do to fix a lot of the shit that happens in
when
urban
you don't have the
neighborhoods.
money to make it happen. You still got to pay people. There's no funding that comes through there. You can't put those.
But where does
programs
this
together.
funding go? A lot of even small towns like us, like in Westchester, they do get a lot of money.
Of
Get a
course.
lot of money. It just
Westchester got it going on.
Yeah, it just matters where our local mayors are allocating these funds to.
Absolutely right.
But
like
I
said, when
don't
you
want to
get
hear
these
the whole,
funds-
we don't got money for certain shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
no,
I'm saying,
like,
they can say that because they're going to put it elsewhere. When you know what I mean, like they should be putting it in their community.
they should. And we
Then
need
you
to
would stop
start.
a lot
And
of
we need to
shit.
start also putting more money into Department of Education. All right. There's
You
no
sure
reason why
do.
every precinct you drive by, they have brand new cruisers and vehicles and all types of fire trucks at these fire stations. And nigga, my desk is broken in high school. I gotta put a textbook under to make
right.
shit work, bro.
You're right.
It's ridiculous. Invest in the youth, bro. The youth is what's gonna bring the crime down.
Not the YNs.
Stop hating on the YNs.
Get them niggas off the street. Scary
Anyway.
ass little niggas.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yes, of course.
Did you even find a date for your album yet, or it's still to be announced?
The date, I ain't going to announce it just yet. I got to put some fine tune. I got to figure some things out as far as the.
If he doesn't put it up by this year, I'm gonna put a diss track on him and Manop.
Yeah, we're looking at November, but I think you can look at the singles that I have out right now. I think that's a really good indicator of the type of variety that's on the album. And yeah, we looking at November though.
Beautiful.
All right, tell the people where to find you, man.
It's Marcus Stokes. You can find me at _Marcus_Stokes on IG, 21gramsmusic.com, 21 Grams Music on all streaming platforms, Marcus Stokes on all streaming platforms. And you could catch me outside. I'm in the poetry scene heavy in New York City. I got a show. I got 2 shows. September 20th. In December, I got the New Yorican Grand Slam. 2 Greenberg niggas went into the city and shook up the whole Thai poetry community in 1 year. The album 22 Bones coming soon. Been working on it for years. It's a beautiful body of work. Very proud of it. Very proud of myself. And yeah, I'm unfuckwittable, and niggas need to know Greenberg's finest. Y'all already
That's
know.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. One more time, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell notification at the top so you don't miss any of our lovely drops. All right. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Being Black is Ghetto. It's your boy J Abs, Dotto, Marcus Stokes, Gunna's a rat, and we're signing out.
Oh my God, he's a civilian.
That's crazy.
Jesus. Good pod.
That's crazy.